What's the dumbest way someone tried to prove they were cultured? My coworker Amanda started acting like she was an art expert after taking one online course about painting. She'd walk around the office dropping random art facts and correcting people about proper artistic terminology. When someone mentioned a poster on the wall, she'd say, "Actually, that's a print, not an original work." Amanda announced she was hosting a sophisticated wine and art evening at her apartment. She sent out formal invitations calling it an evening of cultural refinement. I was curious to see what her idea of sophistication looked like, so I decided to go. I walked into her apartment and immediately saw the problem. Amanda had hung up movie posters and was calling them cinema art installations. She'd put the Avengers poster in a fancy frame and labeled it contemporary American heroic mythology. It was still a movie poster, Amanda, but the wine situation was even worse. Amanda kept swirling cheap wine from the grocery store and making dramatic tasting faces. Notice the earthy undertones with hints of oak and rebellion. Rebellion? It's a $6 bottle of Merlot. You're not tasting rebellion, you're tasting regret. The peak came when Amanda tried to give us an art history lecture about her decorations. She stood in front of a Bob Ross print and said, "This piece represents the American landscape tradition, echoing the Hudson River School's romantic naturalism." Bob Ross would have laughed at that description. Then Amanda pulled out what she called her curated music collection for the evening. It was a Spotify playlist called Classy Vibes that included the Titanic soundtrack and elevator music. "I've selected pieces that complement the visual aesthetic," she explained, while Celine Dion played in the background. The final straw was when Amanda served artisanal cheese that was clearly just string cheese she'd peeled and arranged on a fancy plate. "This is a deconstructed mozzarella experience," she said with a straight face. "It's string cheese, Amanda. We can see the plastic wrapper in your trash." But Amanda's masterpiece was when she tried to lead us in interpretive art analysis. She pointed to a canvas she'd bought at Target and said, "What emotions does this piece evoke?" It was literally a picture of a coffee cup with "Live, Laugh, Love" written in cursive. When someone mentioned it looked like something from a home goods store, Amanda got defensive. True art speaks to the masses. This piece bridges the gap between accessibility and sophistication. You bought it for $12.99 in the clearance section. The evening reached peak cringe when Amanda started speaking in a fake accent she claimed was international sophistication. She'd randomly throw in French words she clearly didn't understand. "This fromage is très magnifique, no? That's string cheese in broken French, Amanda." By the end of the night, everyone was trying not to laugh. Amanda was so committed to her cultural expert persona that she didn't realize how ridiculous she sounded. She ended the evening by giving everyone certificates of cultural participation she'd made on her computer. The next Monday, Amanda asked if we'd been transformed by the artistic experience. I told her it was definitely memorable. She took that as a compliment and started planning her next cultural salon. Some people mistake confidence for sophistication. The funniest part, Amanda now considers herself our office's resident art consultant and offers unsolicited opinions about everyone's decorations. Last week, she critiqued someone's family photos for having poor compositional balance. It never ends with people like this.